welcome to the channel Crossing the Spiritual Streams. My name is Tandra, and today we're going to do our weekly rune reading. If you're unfamiliar with these readings, basically they work a lot like the tarot pick-a-pile or pick-a-card readings, where you have 3 different readings that you can choose from. We use cards to represent the reading so that you have something to choose to go to your reading. This week's theme is hearts, so you can choose reading 1, which is the 5 of hearts, reading 2, which is the 2 of hearts, or reading 3, which is the 7 of hearts. So we have those different readings that you can go to. We use our runes, our Chinese tiles, our oracle spheres, and angel numbers. So the angels get a chance to communicate with us as well for the week and give us some hints or ideas or things that they would like for us to look at. And then the oracle spheres are used for you to answer a yes or no type of question. So that's basically what the reading entails. It's best to go with your gut instinct, and whichever reading is drawing you in the most, you go ahead and go to that reading. And then when you're ready, there will be links in the description with timestamps for each reading, so you can go directly to the one that you want to see. I would love to take this opportunity to thank everybody who has participated in the channel. Those of you who have subscribed, given us thumbs up, left us comments in the comment section, and shared our channel with your friends and family. You know, if you could put a link to the channel on your different social media accounts, that is the easiest, quickest way for us to get new people looking at our videos, and it's very much appreciated by us. So we just really wanted to say thank you for all of those of you who've done so and continue to do so. All right, we're going to give you some time to think on the piles or the cards, and then decide which reading you're going to go to, and then we'll see you there. Hello, reading 1. Those of you that chose the 5 of hearts, we'll get on with our rune reading for the week. Now remember, these readings are just to kind of give you a general idea of some things that you might come across during the week, some themes that you might be dealing with, some things that maybe the universe would like you to pay attention to, or just a heads up on some things maybe, or something for you to kind of get an idea of what your energies for the week might be like. So we're going to go ahead and just get right on with it here, and we'll do our runes. Okay. Well, that's interesting because we've got... Oh, I always love it when this one pops up like that, especially with this one. And they're both... Wow. Okay. This is interesting because they both deal with fiery things and sun and knowledge and torches and, you know, light giving things and thunderbolts and all of that kind of stuff. So they both deal with that. Neither one of them were straight up, though. They were sideways a little bit. But in this case, the way they were, you know, sideways almost makes them look like they're in harmony with each other. So to me, I feel like this might be a transformational week for you. I think some exciting things might come up this week. I think you're going to get maybe some successes, some joy, a little bit of luck might pop in there a little bit, or some inspiration is going to pop into your head, and some other things that might go really well for you as far as the week goes. I see a bright week for you at least. If nothing else. And now let's see what's kind of bubbling under the surface here as well. Once again, we do have some intuition going on here just a little bit, but it was turned over. So that usually means that if it's there, it might be muted. It might be a little harder for you to recognize it as being the way you should go, maybe. That kind of thing. So I do feel like this week you might have trouble. That's just it. This one also had luck and harmony and joy, and I really feel like it should be a joyous week for you. So maybe some of those joy and things might be bubbling under the surface. They might be a little harder. You might have to pull at them just a little bit to pull them up. But I do feel like there is some joy and happiness and luck going on for you this week. I feel like that's something that is definitely there. It may not just be something that just happens on the spur of the moment all by itself. You may have to work at it just a little bit, kind of dig for it, but it is definitely there, and you definitely have a bright, sunny potential of a week for sure. Let's see if the Chinese tiles give us any more inspiration on this a little bit. Okay, well, we had the summer and the 2. It was turned upside down. So once again, I think you might have to work at it a little bit, but we do have some summer sunshine things going on. And with the 2, that usually means with relationships, or partnerships, things like that. So I do think you can find some joy in your partner this week if you have one, or in a love interest, or with your family, or somebody else that you really care about, a best friend, other people. I do feel like this is a good week to share with them and do some things with them. The East tile kind of has that same energy as well. I do think you have to work at it a little bit, though. I know, like I said, I don't think it's just going to come just on its own. I think you might have to work at it, but I think it'll be worth it. Okay, we do have the 4 of coins upside down and underneath the surface, so that does mean if you dig a little bit, I do think some financial success might even be in the offing for you, and some stability and some foundational work. The same way with this 9 here as well. I feel like, if you dig it under the surface just a little bit and work at it just a little bit, this could be a really prosperous week for you. This could be something that, really goes well. Let's go ahead and look at our oracle spheres. We'll do that first. Basically what that is if you've not seen these readings, is usually the way it works is you ask a yes or no type of question. Basically a question that when you phrase it, you would expect to get an answer like yes, no, maybe, not now, possible, very likely, unlikely, things like that. Those kinds of answers, because it's the answers that we have here. So you think of your question, and then you pick a stand. We have 4 stands here. We have blue, bronze, green, and silver. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you pick which stand you'd like your answer to appear on, and then we get our answers. That's one way we utilize these. Some other people utilize them some other ways. So it's up to you to figure out how you would like to utilize them. If there's some other creative ways that you can figure out as well, then go for it. But let's just go ahead and we'll get our answers, and we'll see what works out here for you guys. We have very likely for number 1, blue. We have 2, bronze is a yes. We have 3, green is a no. And a 4, silver is a very likely. So we have a very likely number 1, a yes for number 2, a no for number 3, and a very likely for number 4. All right, now let's get our angel numbers. And basically these work similar in that we have stands for the numbers to appear on. We have 5 stands here. We have purple, gold, green, blue, and bronze, 1 through 5. And basically, we'll get a number for each stand. Then you look in the description at that number, and you will get a keyword or phrase for the number that'll give you an idea of what the angels are trying to get you to look at or focus on, or what kind of message they're kind of sending to you. If you want to find out more about that number because you really feel it resonates with you and it's really something you need to look into, you can type in angel number, whatever it happens to be, on the internet, and you'll find out a lot more about that number. There'll be usually 2 to 5 paragraphs on it, if not more, so you'll find out all kinds of stuff about each number. All right, let's get our numbers here for you guys. Now, remember, you can pick more than one stand if you like. Or you can use all 5 as your lucky numbers for the week, however you like to do it. Number 1, purple, was 50. Number 2, 30, is 37. It's the gold. Number 3, green, is number 1. Number 4, blue, is 18. And number 5, bronze, is 49. All right, so number 1, purple, is 50. Number 2, gold, is 37. Number 3, green, is 1. Number 4, blue, is 18. And number 5, bronze, is 49. So there's your angel numbers for the week. All right, guys, I hope you had some messages that came through and that you could do a little bit with it and have something. I really like the angel numbers. This is my favorite part of the reading because I really feel like the angels can really communicate as well through the numbers, and so I really look forward to that. And I would love to hear from you guys on how well these numbers work for you. You can comment on any video you see, even if it's on a past rune reading, and you say, yeah, I watched one of the rune readings, blah, 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 and tell me about it. Tell me how accurate it was. Tell me if you got any good messages. Tell me if anything was helpful to you. You can do that, because I know these are kind of future readings, so you might not ever think of going back into them for the comments, but if you ever watch any of our other videos, you can always do that. If you watch next week's rune reading, let's say, or one of our tarot readings that we put out every week as well. Don't forget to share the channel with your friends and family. Give the video a like if you liked the video, and check out our other videos every week that we put out, and we'll see you again in future videos. Bye-bye. Hello, reading 2. Those of you that chose the 2 of hearts, welcome to your rune reading for the week. Now remember, these are just meant to be just some general energies that you might feel for the week, or some different things that might happen. We use our runes, our Chinese tiles, our angel numbers, and also our oracle spheres, so you can be thinking of a yes or no type of question that you get an answer to. The angel numbers are really nice. It's a good way for the angels to communicate with us and give us some idea of some things that they would like for us to look into or pay more attention to as well. So those are kind of exciting. Plus, it can be lucky numbers as well. Some people like to use them for that. All right, so let's just kind of dive right in here and see what your week might entail and what we might have. Okay. Interesting. I think you guys are going to be trying to start some new projects this week. Or you're going to, because they kind of both kind of went together here just a little bit. I feel like you might be starting to manifest some things, starting to learn how to manifest, starting to awaken to some of your spiritual gifts and powers this week. And I think it's a new beginning for you. It's almost going to feel like a new life, something that you have to work on. It's just the beginning of it, so the manifestation may not come about this week, but it is something that you're going to be working towards, or at least it's something I think you should work on this week if you weren't thinking about it. Work on manifesting things in your life that you'd like to have. Look up some videos on how to manifest things that you want and some other things, and maybe work on that, because I do think that might be a really good thing for you this week. Because we also have bubbling under the surface, harvesting things and doing things right at the right time, the right action for things, proper timing, and manifesting of things often takes the right timing, or you'd be surprised what kind of timing happens when you manifest things. You also have Thor's hammer here, which also kind of helps in that, to me, his hammer represents, in this case anyway, directive force or putting your energies towards something specific, something you really want, and putting that energy right there. These are both underneath the turned over, so they were kind of underneath the surface, or something you might have to work at just a little bit. But I do think that this is a good week to start trying to manifest some of the things that you would like in your life, and start learning more about doing it and start working towards that. Writing down affirmations, getting a board set up, lots of different things that you can do, but you can start looking up those things if you haven't already. because this is really a good week for that. This is a really good week to kind of work towards manifesting and working towards your goals and some other things that you would like to do. All right, let's see what these have to say. Wow. Okay. We do have the number 1 here, which I like, because that means, like I said, I do think this is a lot about you this week. It's a lot about you learning about yourself. It's also the number 1, which is a new beginning. It's a new start. So you definitely have a new start coming up, or an opportunity for a new start this week showing up, because we also have the 9 upside down, which shows endings. So whenever there's endings, there's new beginnings. And so, you know, those paired up together like that as well. There is a joker here, which means that there might be a slight monkey wrench in the works, or something that might slow you up just a little bit, or might make it a little tougher. That might have been why those were turned over, because you might have to work at some of this just a little bit. Some things might, kind of unexpected things might pop up this week that you didn't expect. Okay, so that's kind of the energies for this week for sure. All right, let's take a look at our oracle spheres. It's time to get an answer to your question. If you're unfamiliar with these, basically we have 4 different stands. We have blue, bronze, green, and silver this week. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We encourage you to ask a yes or no type of question, something that we get an answer like yes, no, maybe, likely, unlikely, possible, you know, things like that. Answers like that, those types of answers. You ask a question, and you pick a stand, and then we get an answer for each stand, so you get an answer to your question. Other people have utilized these stands in other ways. They found other creative ways to utilize the answers in the stands, and if you find a way to do that, we encourage you to do that as well. All right, so let's go get our answers here. Number 1, blue, is a not sure. That usually means the question wasn't very clear, or circumstances have to play out before an answer can be given, because it might change the outcome. Number 2 is a very likely. It also might mean just that, you know, things are fuzzy about, you know, that particular answer maybe. Number 3, green, is a not now. And a number 4, silver, is a very likely. All right, so number 1, blue, is a not sure. Number 2, bronze, is a very likely. Number 3, green, is a not now. And a number 4, gray, is a very likely. All right, so now let's look at our oracle spheres for the week. Our angel numbers. I said oracle spheres again. All right, our angel numbers. Basically, I pick 5 different numbers out of our bag here that the angels would like for us to see this week. And we have different stands for them to appear on. So you pick which stand you would like to have your angel number on. You can pick more than one stand if you'd like. Some people use all 5 numbers as their lucky numbers for the week. You can do that as well, whatever resonates with you, whatever you'd like to do with them. But basically, we get angel numbers on each stand. In the description, excuse me, sorry. That's something caught my throat there. In the description, each number has some keywords and phrases associated with it. And that gives you an idea of what the angels would like you to look at. What they're trying to communicate with you, what they'd like you to pay attention to this week, that kind of energy. Also, if you want to find out more about each number, just type in angel number, whatever it happens to be out there on the internet, and you will find out lots more information about each number. And that could really give you lots of hints and clues as to what the angels would like you to pay attention to. All right, number 1, purple, is 12. Number 2, green, is 31. Number 3, gold, is 21. That's interesting. There was 1s in all of these so far. Number 4, bronze, was 18. Wow, another one with a 1 in it. Goodness. It's a big energy. It's a new beginning thing for all of these. And number 4, blue, is a 10. Yeah, every one of them had a 1 in it. Wow, that's unusual. Okay, so number 1, purple, is 12. Number 2, green, is 31. Number 3, gold, is 21. Number 4, bronze, is 18. And number 5, blue, is 10. So there's your angel numbers for the week. All right, guys, I hope you get some good messages for this week and some things that can really help you out. Knowing you have some new starts and, starting on manifesting and other things this week is really cool. Also, I think the angels might have some really good messages for you with these numbers here. Don't forget to check out our other videos on the channel. And hey, listen, I would love to hear how these weeks go for you, whether you find out anything from these numbers, or if the messages resonated with you or made any sense during the week. So if you don't come back to this video to leave a comment, you can always email me. You could always leave a comment on a different video of ours if you check out another one down the road, because I really would love to hear how these are going for you. Excuse me. All right, don't forget to check out our other videos. We do put out videos every single week. And don't forget to share our videos with your friends and family. We have these videos every week, and we also do tarot readings every week that are timeless, and they're much longer, more in-depth readings. So those might be of interest for you to check out. And some of them, a lot of them actually, are timeless readings. So there are lots of topics that might be of interest. So do check those out. And like I said, we do put out these videos every single week as well as other videos. So we'd love to see you again in future videos, and may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, reading 3. Those of you that chose the 7 of Hearts. We're going to go through and find out what your week might be like, what your general energies are, what some things might happen, or some things that might go along that you might need to have a heads up on or pay attention to for the week. We do use our runes. We use our Chinese tiles, our oracle spheres, so you could be thinking of a yes or no type of question that you'd like to get an answer to, as well as our angel numbers, so you can be finding out some information that the angels would like for you to know. All right, so let's get right started on it and find out what your week might be like. Okay, wow. You guys are going to have kind of an exciting week, I think. Yeah, wow. All right. Some of what I'm kind of getting here with these energies that are going on is this is going to be kind of a transformational week for you. You guys are going to be going through some growth, some emotional things this week even. Your intuition might play a little bit of a role, but you're going to be dealing a lot with your own ego, with a lot of quick things. You got a lot of big, like fast things happening this week, with the lightning bolt, with the thunderbolt. I see this as being a very transformational week for you. That some things are going to happen this week that are going to change your life forever. Which I don't normally say things like that, quite that boldly, but that's exactly the way I feel, that some things are going to happen this week that are going to transform you, and really make you see things from a new way, put you on a different type of cycle. It's going to transform you, basically. That's the way I see the week. It's a very transformational energy, which is interesting that you picked the 7 of Hearts, because the 7 is also kind of a transformational number as well. So I find that interesting that the two, oftentimes that happens. A lot of times with what weekly things people pick has a lot. Once again, we do have some light within, intuition, awakening, and all. It is underneath the surface, so it is something that will happen, that will just start to happen this week. And then we also have the wealth and gain and fulfillment one, which was also turned over. So it's a new beginning one. And I do think this is a transformational week, so I think it will lead to a new beginning for you for sure. So kind of all of that really kind of just worked its way together in that. Let's go ahead and see if the Chinese tiles have anything else that they say on that. Okay, we have a window of opportunity. We have another 7, which once again is that transformational energy. We also have the number 8, though, which is also interesting because 8s to me are oftentimes associated with work, money, career, those kinds of energies. So this could be a work-related thing for quite a few of you, or a money-related thing. Also underneath the surface is a 9, which is a completion tile, which means you might be getting towards completing something, or like I said, since you are going to be seeing things from it, you are going to be transforming yourself, so an ending is probably something that is underneath the surface there for sure. Also with the 4 winter being upside down as well, that might mean that your foundations are going to be shaken just a little bit, but also coming kind of one thing coming to an end, so a new cycle can begin and a new beginning can happen. So something is going to transform you this week. Something is going to happen to make you look at things from a different angle, a different light, and might even possibly lead to you gaining some more wealth or riches or a new career, or something, a new opportunity showing up maybe because of the window of opportunity, some other things like that. So that's kind of the energy I see for the week. So that sounds kind of exciting. That could be really cool. So we look forward to seeing what happens here with you guys. All right, let's look at our oracle spheres. Basically with this, you ask a yes or no type of question, and we have 4 different stands for the answers to appear on. We have green, gold, bronze, and blue, 1 through 4. And you pick which stand you would like your answer to appear on, and then we get our answers, and you have your answers. Some other people have started to utilize these other ways. So if you can think of other creative ways to use them as well, you go ahead and do so. But here's our answers. We have green, number 1, is a very likely. 2, gold, is a not likely. 4, bronze, is a yes. And that was a 3, bronze. If I said 4, I'm sorry, I meant 3. And a 4, blue, is a not sure. All right, so our answers are very likely, not likely, yes, and not sure. Not sure often means that either the question wasn't very clear, or that things have to play out in certain ways before an answer can be given, because the outcome could change up depending on some actions that happen. Okay, so just kind of give me an idea there of what that might be like. So there's your answers for that. Now we'll get our angel numbers as well. I really like this part of the reading a lot because it's a good opportunity for the angels to communicate with us. But basically we have 5 different stands here. We have blue, green, bronze, purple, and gray. And you pick which stand or stands that you would like your numbers to appear on. And then we put your numbers on there. In the description, each number is listed with its keywords and phrases. If you want to find out more about that number than what we can list in the description due to space, you can go out to the internet and type in angel number whatever, and you will get a link that will tell you all about that specific number, and it will give you more of what the angels were trying to say. All right, now you can utilize more than one stand if you'd like. You can use all 5 numbers as your lucky numbers. Whatever resonates with you, whatever works out well for you is fine, okay? Number 1, blue, is 14. Number 2, green, is 27. Number 3, bronze, is a 9. Actually, that is a 6, not a 9. Sorry. I can tell by the way I wrote the number. Number purple is 12. And honestly, I think for some of you that might be a 9. I think that's why I said that. So if the 9 resonated with you, take the 9. Okay. And number 5, silver, is a 42. Okay, so number 1 is blue, is 14. 2 greens, 27. 3 bronze is 6. 4 purple is 12. And 5 silver is 42. All right, so there's your angel numbers for the week. Guys, I hope you had some messages that came through that might be useful to you. Listen, if you ever get a chance, even if you don't come back to this video, if you happen to be watching another video and you can leave a quick comment on, hey, I watched a Rune video and it really resonated really well with me that week, or the numbers told me a lot, or or whatever. If you could leave me some comments on what these are like for you guys, I'd really appreciate it, because I'm just not really sure how well these are working or whether or not we're doing a good job with them or not. And so any kind of feedback I can get would be great. If you can't do any of those things, hey, you can drop me an email. My email is in the listing. It's crossing TSS. That stands for Crossing the Spiritual Streams at gmail.com. So if you want to drop me a line, you can do that. I appreciate all that. Don't forget to share the video or at least the channel with your friends and family. If you could have a link to the channel on your social media accounts, that's awesome. That's a cool way for everybody to find us and see if they like us. Check out our other videos. We do put out videos every single week. We do more than just the rune readings. We also do tarot readings. A lot of them are timeless, so that you can, and they're on different topics, so you can check out which ones might be of interest to you on those. All right, guys, we look forward to seeing you again in future videos, and may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye.